Okay, check, check, check. It's just in the house. Oh, okay, okay. Check, check. Hi, house. What's up? I feel so. I had no idea it was so casual. I feel so bad. I dressed up. I thought it was like a red carpet. I'm sorry, guys. Everyone looks so nice, though. we also? Can you hear me if I talk in here? Okay. So, in terms of when it's time to like count down or like when it's time to throw inside, how does that? Are you gonna come in? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I text her. Okay. I'm so excited. I should have eaten before the show. I let myself down. I didn't get any food. Dang. Hopefully, do y'all know if they're gonna turn down the audio inside here a little bit so I can hear the guests next to me? But maybe not. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Huh? Oh, right here. Okay. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna do Hip Hop Gamer. Hi. Are you? Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Is it okay? Thank you. You don't want to. So they told me that they were gonna bring the people over, but I do have like an opening, but I know after that, Zoram said that between like interviews, if there's nobody lined up, you guys were able to pan to the audience. Oh, okay, okay, he told you. Okay, perfect. Okay, okay. Well, Cam, I feel good. Okay, just let me know when they come into the over here. And I ain't coming back, so you can put the car right there. I'm the truth. They ain't got nothing to prove. You can ask anybody that see me do it. Are my bars good? House? I can't hear you guys, but if they're bad, you can be honest with me. I won't be offended, you know? I can do a little freestyle for y'all, you know? Just kidding, just kidding. Gaming Awards. I am Jordan. I'm so excited to be able to welcome you here tonight for a celebration of Black professionals in the gaming industry. Oh no, I was practicing. I was practicing. Okay, no, I was practicing. Hello and welcome to the 7th annual Black in Gaming Awards. I am your host, Jordan, Miss Jordy Curl, and I'll be taking you through the pre-show of the broadcast today. It is going to be a spectacular event. And of course, I wanted to start out by sharing our mission here at Black in Gaming Foundation with you all. I love your shoes. I can't think. Oh, good. welcome to the 7th annual Black in Gaming Awards. I am Jordan, Miss Jordy Curl, and I'm going to be taking you all through the pre-show event tonight. We have an exciting event lined up at the Black in Gaming Awards for a celebration of Black professionals in the gaming industry. So, as I said, this event would not be possible, however, with some of our sponsors. So I want to give them some recognition right now, starting off with Sony Interactive Entertainment. Thank you all so much for your generous contribution to the Black in Gaming Foundation, which now we have become a non-profit organization. So that means so much for you all viewing in at home right now, and I'll get into that a little bit later tonight. But in addition to that, I also want to recognize some of our other partners as well. Those will be the Game Heads, Game Devs of Color, and Spawn on Me. Thank you all for all of your contributions this week at GDC. With you all, we can make so much happen. And with that being said, you all I've been a member for the Big in Gaming Foundation for such a long time now, for a year, and it has been an incredible experience, you guys. There's chapters across the country, and we want to come where we aren't as well. So we're here in California, Texas. We've got some chapters on the East Coast. So if you're somebody who wants to get involved, make sure you show your support and head to our website, thebigfoundation.org. real soon. Now, I kind of teased it a little bit earlier. We do have some interviews coming up with some of our very special guests and attendees. We do have a networking session going on featuring Black girl gamers. We've got Sony Interactive Entertainment in the building. As I mentioned, Game Heads. Everyone is here right now for the GDC conference, and it is so exciting. So with that being said, we're getting ready to have our first interview lined up in just a moment. But before we do that, we want to show you what the networking event is sort of looking like right now with all of the people in attendance. So just go ahead and check that out. We're getting ready to pan the camera over so you all can see what is happening here at the Children's Creativity Museum. So excited to be here tonight. Don't go anywhere. My first interview is on the way, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Test one, two. Test one, two. Hello. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the
guest joining me today. Zolivir has joined the carpet, the blue carpet, okay, and step and repeat. So first of all, how are you feeling? How is the atmosphere being here at the award show tonight?
I mean, it's beautiful. It's playing some music that's good for once. It's a really good time with really great people.
Listen, we love good music, good foods, good vibes. You know, this is for the culture, you feel me? So tell me a little bit about the work you do in the games industry, and if you're a part of BIG, or what contributions that you want to make as well in the industry.
I'm the studio head over at Strange Scaffolds. We've released 11 games in the past 5 years, like El Paso Elsewhere, Space Warlord Origin Training Simulator, a bunch of stuff. I've worked on over 90 games in the past 8 years, and I'm really excited to continue just challenging how we make games. My literal studio motto is better, faster, cheaper, and healthier, because I can and do believe that people of color are going to be paving the way for us challenging the really harmful production practices that are destroying player experiences right now and hurting a lot of devs in the process.
Right, and I feel like listening to the Big Fest earlier, there were a lot of questions from people who are aspiring professionals and really trying to find their way. So what advice, with all of your years of experience and development experience, would you give to them?
Don't rely on industry mechanisms that are themselves not even self-preserving. The industry is rolling in profit despite cannibalizing itself, and we can and do have the opportunity to challenge that. So right now, to get on Steam, you only need $100. And if that's your budget, right now you are in a place where if you scope properly and you can make a game that really stands out for that low of an amount of money. And that was never possible in the past. There was way more gatekeepers in the past. We have to use this opportunity now before we lose it.
Right, and I think that accessibility that you're talking about is so important. That's what one of the guests earlier was saying as well. Like, if games are more accessible, then more people can get involved. So do you think it's important, really, your background or anything like that, your schooling, those type of things as well? Do they make a difference with what type of access you get in the industry, you think?
I certainly do. I think that are you talking about for people of color?
Yes, for people of color.
For people of color, the biggest thing is always going to be your portfolio, and your portfolio has to have twice the amount of experience and intention visible in it compared to a lot of other candidates. And with that in mind, it's even more important to, again, wherever you're at with whatever resources you have, just make stuff and show what you got, because at that point then the industry comes to you.
Right. Oh, that's good. Then the industry comes to you. We like when the money comes to us. You know what I'm saying? Zoliver, thank you so much. Do you have any final words, or also where people can find you and support you in your studio's work?
Final words is just, let's make amazing games for our players. They deserve to see it, and a lot of those games can and will come from people of color. You can follow us at Strange Scaffolds on various places on the internet, and follow me for some weird reason at Rit Nelson, WRIT Nelson, all the places.
All right, follow them everywhere. Support the work that they're doing, and all of these game devs are doing here tonight. Zoliver, thank you again for being a part of the stream and the broadcast. You guys don't go anywhere. We've got another interview lined up real soon. You're watching the Black and Gaming Awards. All right.
Thank you. You're doing great.
Thank you. This is Tiffany Johnson, Global Head of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion and Social Justice Initiative at Sony Interactive Entertainment. Tiffany, thank you so much for joining me. How are you feeling tonight?
I am so energized. This place is buzzing. It's fabulous. It's so great to see all these black faces in gaming, so I'm so grateful to be here.
Yes, and I love the color. I was just laughing with you. We were matching the logo tonight.
I tried to do my thing. So
You are absolutely doing your thing.
you're gorgeous. Yeah.
Thank you. You are absolutely doing your thing, not just here tonight, but also in your work and your career as well. So I do want to first start off by asking you, what has inspired you to really have this long-term career in DEI?
I will tell you what I tell everyone is I was called to this work. God really called me to this, and I was in the right place at the right time. I was doing training and development, and that work led me into 25 years of a time in D&I, so I'm grateful that I'm here doing this work in this season, in this time, and the impact that we can make with this work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's so important to do work that you feel called to and driven to. I can relate to that so much being here in this moment with Black in Gaming. And leading into that, DEI is not a space you're new to at all. So I do want to ask you about what experiences did you gain as director at Genentech?
Yes. So I will say every role that we have prepares us for the next. And in my last role at Genentech, there were 3 things I needed to learn. One was how to make D&I a data-driven work, because a lot of times people, it's their passion, and they do a lot of programs, but it's to what end? So I got super crisp about understanding data and how to let data inform my strategy. I'd say the second thing was strategy. I developed my strategic agility capability, and I realized that strategy was all about making choices, understanding what's the problem you're trying to solve, and what choice are you going to make or tactic you're going to use to solve it. And so those 2 things were really key for me. I'd say the last and final thing was self-awareness. It gave me a chance as a leader. I had made a transition from being an individual contributor to a leader, and I realized more about myself as a leader. I lead with my heart. I'm very passionate about the work that I do, but I also had to balance that with my head and my hands.
That's so important. It's not just about, the hard skills you're talking about with strategy, also the soft ones. Self-awareness in every aspect of your life is so important.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that so much. So now I want to ask you, so you sort of talked about it, but I also want to ask what other functions of your job maybe people don't know about, maybe just one specifically that they may not know of.
Exactly. I would say the one thing people don't think about for this role is how much I just spend time holding a safe space for people. I have to be that place where people can have a safe sounding board. They can think about things they're challenged by. I can't tell you how many leaders come to me and maybe they have an employee that has a different lifestyle or a different experience from them, and they want to get it right. They want to say the right thing, they want to do the right thing, but they need a safe place to talk it through. So I hold that container, and I make them, I don't want them to feel judged, and let them know that they can go back in there and have a great conversation with their employee.
Right, and that's so important too, because as a leader, I think we, like as an employee, like I know I crave that, and I'm sure your staff members appreciate that so very much. And so I want to ask, what inspires you to continue to do this work?
Well, I would say number one, it's our employees. I mean, I get the pleasure to work, the privilege to work at Sony Interactive Entertainment every day. And we are one global community of employees that are super passionate about making great games, telling amazing stories, bringing new characters to life, and to be trailblazers in this space. I mean, the gaming industry is being disrupted. And so we've got a tremendous opportunity to take what we do to the next level. So it's very exciting to work every day for these employees. So that's what keeps me up, and that's what keeps me going.
And so I think that leads perfectly into my final question is, what maintains a long career for Black professionals in the game industry, in your opinion?
I will tell you, I'm super passionate about helping Black people in any industry thrive. And I will say the first and foremost thing is be self-aware, know what your strengths are, and affirm them every day. I have Post-its all over my house, and I affirm my gifts, my talents, what I know I bring to the table. Because if you can't tout what you bring, how do you expect anyone else to? So you have to affirm your strengths. You have to be willing or invest in your development. Continue to build marketable skills and capabilities that keep you, an asset to your company. I'd say the next thing is be a problem solver. Don't just bring a problem, but bring a solution. People are attracted to people who are thinking about the work and thinking about how to evolve it and take it to the next level. And I'd say the final thing is your network. You need to have people in your network, people who cheer you on, people that support you, people who will advocate for you when you're not in the room, and people who will invest in your development. So that's the key.
And that's what we're all about here at Black in Gaming. Networking, bringing everyone together in the room, especially people like you, Ms. Johnson. This has been an incredible conversation. Thank you so much for your time. And do you have any final words that you want to say before I let you go?
Yes, absolutely. I would say, listen, whatever idea you have in your mind, whatever you've been wanting to create, whatever you've been thinking of, go for it. Because you are on this planet for a purpose. And I want you to just go for your dream and make it happen. You can do it.
You can do it. Thank you so much, Tiffany. You are an incredible voice, an incredible leader, and an inspiration for me personally, especially as a Black woman in this industry. So thank you personally as well. So you all don't go anywhere. We've got another interview coming right up. You're watching the 7th annual Black in Gaming Awards. Thank you. The Black in Gaming Awards. I have another incredible guest here with me today. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Looking fantastic, by the way, just for the occasion. All right, can you introduce yourself to the fans that maybe are sitting at home to know who you are?
Sure, sorry, you go there. I'm Chase Bethia. I'm professional video game composer, multi-award winning video game composer. I've been told by a PR person to market myself that way. So working in the industry in about over a decade, 13 years, shipped over 25 games in that time, and still working on more games, doing more guest speaking, and hopefully live performances soon.
Live performances, y'all stay tuned. Listen, we've got live performing artists, everyone in the building, so it is very important to be here with the Black in Gaming Foundation tonight. But anyways, how are you enjoying just GDC? I know we just briefly chatted about you just got in. But maybe what are you looking forward to so far this weekend?
Everything. Just I'm always seeing like an opportunity to kind of just be here, be present, and just go about those things and just see old friends, meet new ones, and just go about be water in that way, right?
Right, so I did see on your Twitter as well, I did some Twitter snooping about you. So you have a signing coming up tomorrow this weekend at GDC. Tell us about that. We're going to give you your shine. We want you to brag on yourself. What is that about?
So I was asked to give my perspective about my input in terms of like music and design in games. So I was asked by, I used to be the chair of the Interactive Audio Interest Group, Special Interest Group. And so not anymore, I resigned earlier this year, but the new chair, he's there, but he was doing a book. And so I'm in that book, and so I'll be doing a signing at GDC. But I'm also releasing a book of my own this year.
Is this breaking news? Is this the first time people are hearing about it? Oh my gosh, okay. So without spoiling too much, what can you kind of tell us about the book that you're releasing?
It's about how I navigated game audio in the past decade. And there's many books like the one I'm signing tomorrow, like how to write game music, what is the process. This one's going to mitigate, it's going to break imposter syndrome. I'm going to break that down, talk about real what networking is. It's just about meeting people, it's about actually establishing quality connections and how I navigated the experiences, the people that told me no, the people that told me yes, how I mentally progressed and got through, what does it actually take, and different relative and things that I think people will really enjoy in terms of not just anecdotes, but solutions.
That is incredible. So I have to ask you, how have you sort of, obviously being a Black composer in this space, I'm sure that comes with its own challenges as well. How did you sort of overcome that imposter syndrome? I heard some other fans talk about overcoming that earlier. So how did you overcome it personally?
I don't believe imposter syndrome. I believe that I'll give you an insight for the book. It's like, if you say that you make music for games and you doing it, then that's not imposter syndrome. It's only like you're saying like, hey, I'm flipping burgers and I make music, but you're like, well, you never have any music, then you're flipping burgers, you're an imposter. But it's like, I just continue, I know where I fit in. I've always been told my music should sound like it's a video game, and the work speaks for itself. And so with that, I continue the mental fortitude to keep going. I conflated it with my workout regimen in terms of like being able to run a marathon, and I relate it to actors. Actors have this longevity, and I want to have the same type of longevity and the legacy that I can put forward for many generations.
And you absolutely will. Okay, Chase, incredible words so far. So before I let you go, is there any final words that you want to share? Maybe also where can people find you on social to support your work?
Yes, absolutely. I want to thank the Black and Gaming Foundation for this opportunity, and happy to be here and everything. And so if you are a developer and you want to work with one of the Swiss Army knife for video game composition, you can reach me at chasebethia.com, or as Ms. Jordy has said, Twitter X in that regard too. So
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chase. I really appreciate it. You guys don't go anywhere. We've got another interview coming right up. You don't want to miss it. You're watching the Black and Gaming Awards. To the 7th Annual Black and Gaming Awards. I am your host right now, Miss Jordy. We're only a few minutes away from the official show, but of course, before we go there, we've got a very special lady, someone who really does not need an introduction in this space. But listen, Black Girl Gamers founder, okay, host, interviewer, like carving a space for women in gaming, especially Black women in gaming, Jayanne Lopez. Joins us. How are you enjoying the event so far?
Good, I'm good. It's like super refreshing to be in the space. filled with not just black people, obviously people of all different races, but supporting this one cause. It's been very refreshing to come here and to really connect face to people, especially once you're in the like digital space. You sometimes meet people, but you don't get to connect. And so here, it's really refreshing to connect with people in person and just have like a good time. Like there's Laurel Takamarian. But yeah.
Right, exactly. And I feel like you also do that so much with Black Girl Gamers. Obviously, it's just been so many connections. You've also allowed me to be other women gamers. So I'm so honored, honestly, to be interviewing you now. But how does it feel to be up for an award tonight due to your work in this space and also with Black Girl Gamers?
It's an honor, honestly and truly. I really just cherish the fact that people have seen the work and appreciate the work. That's the main thing, because a lot of it is quite thankless. They don't know a lot of the times when you're up till 2, 3 a.m. when you're dealing with things that, you know, you're trying to push for other people to get in the doors or to get opportunities. People don't see that. They just see the shiny things that you do, and it's been almost 10 years of hard work, and it's nice to be really appreciated by your own people. I think for me, that's what makes it even more special, is that the black community have seen me, and people who work in gaming and who are black are also appreciating my work. That's because that means I'm doing something right, you know?
And if nobody has told you tonight, I will say it again because I know they have. You are doing incredible work in this space, in all seriousness. I think at the Big Fest earlier, a lot of people were trying to look for advice and really about finding their way. And I'm sort of wondering, do you have any advice that you can share for those that are sort of trying to carve their space out in the gaming industry?
I think number one is come to events like this, you know, connect with spaces like Black in Gaming and Black Girl Gamers, because you'll undoubtedly find people that are there in the space and have experience, because sometimes it's not as visible as it should be, so you have to go into spaces like ours to find people. And the next thing is to not be deterred by the way the industry is currently, but be inspired by the way you want it to be, because that's what keeps me going, because I could be deterred every day. I sometimes do get deterred. Sometimes I do want to give up, and you just have to look around spaces like this and just be like, and realize you're not alone. And I think that's the main thing. You're not alone, and there's more things there's more opportunity for change than there is for it to stay the same. So yeah.
Right, absolutely. And so one of my final questions I want to ask you before we have to wrap up, is there anything that, you know, you all have coming up with Black Girl Gamers that maybe folks at home want to get involved with or try to be a part of?
We tend to be a little secretive about our plans in general, so I'm not going to spill. We do have an event coming up in June that is digital, so you will be able to catch that on our, we're deciding where it's going to be hosted actually, but that's something you can keep an eye on. But again, just find us at Black Girl Gamers on Twitter or the Black Girl Gamers on Instagram, and you can see all of our plans there when we're ready to release them.
All right, and so what about you? Do you have anything coming up that you'd like to share as well?
Me? No, I'm just working on BGG, like all day, every day. That's my goal. It's the baby, and I enjoy the space, and I really want to continue doing that. I am going to start doing some consultancy in the intersection between gaming and fashion, because that's my sweet spot. I've started doing some consulting for some brands and some potential platforms, which is great. But other than that, no, I'm going to keep everything under my hat. I'm not wearing, but yeah.
I love that. Keep it close. But you talked about fashion, girl. You got it on tonight. I meant to ask you about that at the top. Before we go, what do you have on? Tell us about the fit.
I don't know where I got this from. Oh, they shouting. I don't know where I got this from. I think it's from ASOS Design. I can't remember, but if not, it was gifted. But I love it. It's a beautiful suit. It's chic and simple. Yeah.
Yes. And it's gorgeous. The earrings matching. Love the fit. Thank you so much, JM, for joining our show.
To her for hosting. Okay, bye.
Thank you, girl. All right, you guys, don't go anywhere. The show is almost about to start. We'll be right back. You're watching the Black in Gaming Awards. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for the pre-show. I have been your host, Miss Jordy. And listen, thank you again to all of our guests that came through for the event. And I also want to make sure we continue to thank our sponsors, Sony Interactive Entertainment, Game Heads, Game Devs of Color, and Spawn on Me. So with that, you can also support the Big Foundation by going to thebigfoundation.org, become a member, donate. We are a nonprofit organization. So that's going to do it for me for the pre-show. I will be back for the post-show, but it is time for the big awards, everyone. Stay tuned. Jules got you covered on hosting, and thank you so much for joining me. I'll see y'all real soon.
My name is Alana Smith. I'm the co-founder of D.
Hi everyone, my name is Danny Lalanders. I am the lead developer of this game right here called Validate Struggling Singles in Your Area.
I know the name of the Lord of